Welcome back to Chosen Ones. In our last episode, we uncovered the age-old prophecy, a tale of heroes chosen by fate, destined to battle an overwhelming darkness. But while our heroes have only just begun to understand the immense power they've been granted, the world around them grows ever more perilous. Chaos reigns across the land. Kingdoms that once thrived are now nothing more than shadows of their former glory. Monsters once confined to myth now roam freely, terrorizing villages, and the streets run red with the blood of those caught in the crossfire. It's a world on the brink of collapse, and our heroes, the Chosen Ones, are the only ones who stand between light and total annihilation. But even the Chosen Ones aren't immune to the weight of their mission. Each of them carries a burden, powers that are both a blessing and a curse. While some have embraced their destiny, others question whether they're truly ready for what lies ahead. Can they rise to the challenge, or will the darkness consume them as it has consumed everything else? Conflict brews not just with their enemies, but among themselves. They're not just strangers brought together by fate. They're individuals with different motivations, pasts, and powers that don't always align. The question isn't only whether they'll defeat the darkness, but whether they can learn to trust each other long enough to survive. Meanwhile, hidden in the shadows, the forces of evil are gathering. The Dark King, the mastermind behind the chaos, grows stronger with each passing day. His minions, creatures of pure darkness, are more dangerous than ever. And the one thing that stands between them and total destruction? The Chosen Ones. But trials await, and the path they walk will not be easy. The first challenge, the beast of the forgotten forest, awaits them. But it is not just a creature they must defeat. It is a test of their unity, their strength, and their very will to survive. The real question is, will they survive the trials ahead? And in the end, will they be the heroes this world so desperately needs? Or will they succumb to the darkness that threatens to swallow everything? Stay tuned. The journey of the Chosen Ones is about to get even darker. Our heroes have only just begun their journey, but the road ahead will test them like never before. The prophecy has spoken. The Chosen Ones must face trials that will determine whether they are truly worthy of their powers. And their first trial, one that will push them to the edge of their limits. The first trial is not one of simple combat or strength. No, the beast of the forgotten forest is no ordinary creature. Born from the darkest corners of the world, it is a force of nature that thrives on fear, chaos, and destruction. But it is also a test of their unity. To survive, they must work together. Trust each other, for the beast can sense division, and the moment their unity falters, it will be their undoing. But even in the face of such danger, there's no turning back. The fate of the world lies in their hands. If they fail, darkness will overtake all, and there may be no hope left for the future. Every step brings them closer to their first true test. But with each passing moment, the beast draws nearer. Will they be ready? The time has come. The first trial begins now. The path to the beast's lair is treacherous, but perhaps the hardest obstacle isn't the dark forest or the monster itself. It's the tension within the team. What good are powerful warriors if they can't trust one another? You see, not all Chosen Ones are alike. Some were born for this life, ready to embrace their powers and their destiny. But others? Well, they've yet to accept that they have a part to play in this grand tale. And with each step they take, the friction between them grows. Here, two members of the team are at odds. The fighter, who believes that striking first is the only way to win, and the strategist, who knows the beast won't be defeated against raw power alone. Their arguments are passionate, and the air between them is thick with frustration. But beneath it all, a deep fear of failure, of not being enough when the time comes. And then there's the quiet one, the one who doesn't speak much, but whose presence is always felt. They are burdened with secrets, their own fears, their own doubts. They have seen darkness before, and perhaps they've seen too much of it. But with each passing moment, they grow more uncertain of their place in this team. Can they trust the others? Or are they alone in this fight? Unity is their only hope, but with every passing minute, that unity becomes harder to maintain. The team is beginning to realize that facing the beast may be the least of their worries. Time is running out. And if they can't learn to trust one another, they may never make it out of this forest alive. After hours of trekking through the treacherous forgotten forest, the chosen ones have finally arrived at the beast's domain. But what they don't realize is that the trial they face is far more than a mere battle. It is a test of their very souls. This is no ordinary beast they must face. The beast of the forgotten forest is a creature born from the darkness. Its body is not flesh, but pure, corrupted energy. It can warp reality itself, creating nightmares that twist the mind and shake the spirit. The moment they step into the clearing, they are no longer fighting just for survival. They are fighting for their sanity. As they approach the altar, the beast's presence grows stronger. They feel it, this strange, oppressive force that wraps around them, distorting their thoughts and emotions. The team begins to feel the weight of their own fears, doubts, and insecurities pressing in on them. The beast is not just a physical foe. It is a reflection of their inner darkness. The beast steps forward, its eyes locking onto the group. It is a terrifying sight, a being that exists between worlds, neither fully material nor ethereal. And as it approaches, the chosen ones realize something horrifying. The beast's power grows with every ounce of fear and uncertainty. They feel the trial has begun. Will they crumble under the weight of their own fears? Or will they rise above it and face the beast as one? But the real question is, can they defeat a creature that is not just a physical threat, but a manifestation of everything they fear? The time for doubt is over. No more second-guessing, no more hesitation. The chosen ones must face the beast, a creature born from darkness, in the heart of the forgotten forest. It is no longer just a test of strength. This battle will decide if they are truly ready to shoulder their destiny. Each member of the team brings something different to the battle. The fighter, strong and resolute, leaps forward, sword raised high, ready to strike. The magic wielder conjures a powerful shield of energy, barely holding the beast's savage blows at bay. The strategist, ever calm, observes the fight, looking for weaknesses. And the quiet one, though they hesitate at first, finds within themselves the courage to join the fray. But the beast isn't just a physical adversary. It is a manifestation of their fears, their weaknesses. With each strike, the team faces more than just the beast's claws. They face their own internal struggles. The fighter's overconfidence nearly leads to their downfall. The magic wielder's power flickers under pressure. The strategist's plans begin to unravel as the chaos overwhelms them, and the quiet one faces their fear of failure. The battle rages on, but something begins to shift. Through their trials, through the chaos and pain, they start to realize something crucial. Their strength is in their unity. As one, they fight together, not as individuals, but as a team. The beast falters, its form cracking and splintering, but the battle is not over. It's clear now The beast feeds on fear, and the only way to defeat it is by standing firm, by confronting their own weaknesses together. But the victory comes at a cost. The beast is dead, but the scars it leaves are not so easily erased. The chosen ones have won the first trial, but they now know that their greatest enemy may not always be the darkness outside, but the fear within. The battle is over. The first trial is won. But victory comes at a price. The chosen ones have faced the beast, and in doing so, they have been forced to confront their darkest fears. The question is, did they emerge stronger for it, or has the trial left scars that will never heal? For the protagonist, the victory feels hollow. Though they led their team to victory, the doubts that had plagued them before the battle are now louder than ever. Can they truly lead the others? Can they bear the burden of the prophecy? With every step forward, the path seems harder to see. The team has grown, but not without cost. They have learned to fight together, to trust each other in the heat of battle. But now, as the adrenaline fades and the quiet settles in, they realize that their bond is fragile. Can they truly trust one another? Can they keep the fear of failure from tearing them apart? We're not done yet, they say. We've only just begun. As the team looks toward the next challenge, they know that the road ahead will not be easy. But they also know that together, they might just have what it takes to face whatever comes next. The real journey has only begun, and the trials will grow harder with every step. But one thing is certain. No matter what they face, they will face it as one. With the first trial behind them, the chosen ones press on through the forgotten forest. The path ahead is uncertain, but there is a sense of unity among them now, fragile but present. The trials they face are far from over, and each step forward feels like a test of endurance, resolve, and trust. However, as the team pushes deeper into the forest, they sense they are not alone. The air grows still, a rustling in the underbrush, a soft thud of footsteps. Something or someone is following them. Who is she? The chosen ones are no strangers to danger, but this stranger seems to know something about them, something that they don't yet understand. She's not an ally, at least not yet, but she seems to be watching over them from the shadows. I've been expecting you, she says, her eyes scanning each of them with a knowing gaze. The trials are just beginning, but you can't make it through without help. She introduces herself as Lyra, a wanderer and a keeper of secrets. Her knowledge of the trials is vast, but her motivations remain unclear. Is she a friend, or does she have her own agenda? Lyra explains that the trials ahead are more dangerous than anything they've faced. She speaks of dark forces moving against them, of ancient prophecies that are being set into motion. The chosen ones, she says, are being hunted by more than just beasts. Their every move is being watched by those who wish to see them fail. Why help us? The protagonist asks, voice sharp but curious. What's in this for you? Survival? She replies simply. For all of us. With the weight of the decision heavy on them, the protagonist exchanges a look with the others. Despite their doubts, they know they can't make it through the coming trials alone. A hesitant nod from the protagonist signals the team's reluctant agreement to let Lyra guide them. For now, the chosen ones have come far, but the road is still long. They've fought the beast, faced their fears, and made new allies along the way. But in the world they inhabit, nothing is ever truly as it seems. Lyra may have joined their cause, but the true nature of her intentions is still unclear. As they march deeper into the heart of the trials, the chosen ones know one thing for certain. They cannot turn back. There is no retreat, No escape from the destiny that has chosen them. The trials ahead will test them in ways they cannot yet understand. The darkness, the fears, and the enemies they have yet to face are all pieces of a puzzle they must solve. And though the future is uncertain, one thing remains. Together, they stand a chance. But will their bond hold when the true darkness arrives? Lyra's words echo in their minds. Survival. For now, they must trust her. But as the team moves forward, one thing is clear. The chosen ones are no longer just fighting for themselves. The weight of the world now rests on their shoulders, and the stakes have never been higher.